My musical name is Rome or Kyongnom. I'm originally from Nigeria, Kaduna State, Nigeria, and musical titles, world, musician, simple as that. Originally, I fell in love with music when I was 4. My first instrument was Congo or djembe, big drum. Started doing rock freestyles before I even heard of rap, and then I heard the Sugar Hill Gang, and it was just all from there. My first album was LL Cool J, and I said I could do this. First time I ever wrote a whole rap over a beat was 1990. That's what I met Shitungwa and Mobuto, Hibernation, original members of Hibernation. So how long I've been working on that, I would say all my life, because it's part of me. The ability to reach people with your words, and let them feel what you're feeling. Because music does have an impact on moods, you know, and I just want people to have that feel good. Understand where I'm coming from, because I know I'm not the only one that feels this way, and there's somebody that can feel what I'm feeling and hear it in a way that they haven't heard it before. They give them answers to what they're going through, you know. If I could touch one person, that's good. That's why I still pursue it now. That's why I started doing it. I was excited because he's a great artist, musician. You know, he has a soul for it. We kind of see alike on certain aspects of things in life and in the music, which, you know, they translate to each other anyway. But, you know, I was overjoyed. I love recording, I love music, and I'll do it again because, you know, it was worth it. Yeah, that's about it. HYB.
My musical name is Paragon, aka P Quest for short. I'm originally from North Carolina, a home away from home, DC. I've been here for 10 years now. My musical title is a lyricist first and foremost, and secondly, I'm a musician. I play the acoustic guitar, play the strings. I've been perfecting my craft for years, actually. As always, it's a work in progress. From a little youngster till up until now, in regards to me being an artist, me being a fine art student. It's a lot of discipline along the way that led me to this point. And I can remember when I was 9 or 10 years old, my father giving me an electric guitar. And that was my first introduction to music. Also along with, you know, just my dad's jazz and soul records, you know, and just loving the sound of good music, and just having the opportunity to understand that I could be a creator myself. Why do I pursue hip hop? Good question. I pursue hip hop basically to allow various people all over the world, wherever I can reach, to people to relate to where I'm coming from. You know, I have my own way of telling stories, in which, as an MC, if you are, we all do, and it's only one of us, it's only one of you, and through creating music, you give other people the opportunity to relate to some of the struggles, some of the pain, some of the achievements that you gained throughout your lifetime. You allow people to share that experience, and also to allow music to take me all over the world. I've traveled, had the opportunity to hit up different cities all over the East Coast, all around the East Coast, up in Canada. And it's taken me to some strange places, some beautiful places. I've met beautiful people, and just having the opportunity to share my sound, my music, my vision through music. That's what I feel as if my music brings. We just go so far back, you know, with some of the projects we worked on in the past. I was up for it. I was ready for the challenge. I was up for the challenge and ready to, you know, at the drop of a dime to put out a classic, another classic to add to our catalog, our long history of making quality music.
Hi, I'm Micki Barocca, and we are live here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm originally from South Carolina. Yes, I am a Southern girl. I do consider myself a poetic songstress. I started out writing poetry some years ago, and I let it carry over into my music, and this is what I do. I have been working on my craft a little over 10 years now. Started a project which we finished when I was in South Carolina. I moved to the Philadelphia area in the early part of 2002, and since then I have been performing and doing some more recording, writing. Just finished an album which is soon to be released, hopefully before the end of 2010. And just still forward movement and doing what I do best. What inspired me to get into singing and writing? I started writing poetry when I was 15 years old. And I've always loved singing. As you know, most persons of color, I started out singing in the church, which is where I started. And from there, I continue to do just that. And my writing, I just let it carry over into my music as well. So, pretty long time. I'm not going to disclose my age. I was excited when Solograph and Pyragon asked me to help, you know, to be involved in the project that they are actually currently doing. And when I first listened to a couple of their tracks, I was excited because I'm like, wow, these guys remind me of what hip-hop used to be when it first started. And that was exciting to me because on the scene now, you have so much nonsense, and it was fresh, and I love their music, and I was just excited to just want to be a part of what they were doing. Any last words? It is cold out here. But it's beautiful. I love autumn. And I want to thank these guys for traveling all this way from DC here to Philadelphia.
My musical name is Jordan, my first name, or I go by Nagraj, Jay Gatsby, or Johnny Doe. And I'm originally from Buffalo, New York. I was born in the Bronx, and my musical title would be rapper slash producer slash guitarist. I've been working on my craft for probably a good 10 years, solid 10 years of doing guitar work and doing you know, producing beats, you know, rapping, like good solid 10 years. What inspired me to get into my craft, I guess, would be my grandmother, because she played piano, and that was like one of the only people that was really musical in my family, and I think that's probably was the first stimulus for music and getting me started. And the reason I'm pursuing it is because it's natural. It just flows natural. And, you know, I tried many other things. I tried to play soccer, tried to play basketball, football, but at the end of the day, music was the only thing I was good at, so that's what I made. I felt honored, you know, because I had met Solograph through another one of my homeboys, and, you know, for him to come and, you know, get me to do the part, you know, I felt, you know, honored, you know. It was a good thing to do, so I appreciate it, and it's good music.
My musical name is Solograph. Most people call me Solo for short. Originally, I'm from Northeast Washington, D.C. We standing here, the birthplace of Solograph right now. This is where I was born, you know what I'm saying? And as far as musical titles go, I'm gonna say I'm a hip-hop musician. Well, I started out as an MC, and that was 1994. And then beat making, 1997, turntablism, 98, and most recently bass guitar, 2007. So 94 to now, that's what, 16 years. Actually, I'm gonna say two things inspired me to get into hip hop. The first would be my second sister, because she was responsible for bringing hip hop home and playing it in the basement and taping hip hop videos on VHS back in the 80s, mid to late 80s, you know, and that just inspired me to like rhyme. After learning people's rhymes, or after learning MC's rhymes, then I wanted to like start creating my own naturally. And so I started writing in 94, and I made my first song in 95. And the second inspiration would go to this crew that went to my high school in 94 called First Platoon Click. Matter of fact, big up to my man Ed and Jamal and Daniel. But I knew Ed the most, so he was more of a direct influence. And because they had like a demo while I was in high school, and I felt like they could be in the game. It's just that, you know, no one knew of them yet. But my question to them was, well, to Ed was like, how did you make this beat? And that's when he told me ASR 10. And I didn't know that an ASR 10 was a keyboard at the time, but the key word that he said was sampler. And so then I knew that I needed a sampler to make my beats, and that was my next move. I'm still pursuing hip hop because just by observing how things change and how things advance, I just figured that I could add to what I was already doing, and that would keep my hip hop interesting to me first and foremost. So that's why I'm playing bass guitar, and I'm doing more collaborations. Otherwise, I might get bored, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta keep it fun. I gotta keep myself interested. Actually, I'm not really into going after the usual suspects or the quote-unquote go-to or popular people all the time, because even they don't follow through sometimes. And so I said, I'm only gonna work with like humble people. And I found out like humble people, a lot of humble people are talented. And I'm one to work with talent before I work with somebody who's popular. I've always been that way. I'll take talent over popularity anytime. That's just me. Shout out to everybody on the project, man. And for those who are interested and you want to cop the album, do so. It'll be on Amazon.com very shortly. Alright, peace. Solograph signing out. Washington, D.C., Northeast.